Hey, today we're going to talk about mediocre right now on The Front.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams, The Front.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Front. My name is Mike Phillips, and I will be your host. As always, you could please go to leadtheteam.tv and subscribe to my YouTube channel there. I would sure appreciate it. Also, you could check out the audio podcast at Google Play, on iTunes, and also on iHeartRadio. And please, anywhere you're tuning in, participate in the comments down below. Share your questions, share your comments, share your opinions, as often those lead to a really excellent future show. So that's a heck of a way to start my show was let's talk about mediocre, right? So here's the thing. And as I'm thinking about this today, mediocrity sucks. Mediocrity is garbage. If your life is important, if what you want to do is important, you must start taking action. You can't just sit back and cruise through. And so many people, and the thing is, if you're watching this, I know it's not you, right? I know you're not that person because you're tuning into programs like this. I subscribe to all kinds of awesome entrepreneurs and experts and thought leaders and trainers and just a bunch of phenomenal people that, you know, they say you are the sum of your five closest friends or your five. I really think with as much social media influence as there is, you're probably the sum of probably your closest friends and the five influencers you pay the most attention to. Because those are the people that are infecting and affecting your life and are steering what your thoughts and your decisions are. I shouldn't say they're steering your decisions. You steer your decisions. You have ultimate control, but they're steering your thoughts. And what happens is when your thoughts are steered in one direction or the other, then you start taking the actions associated with that. So if you're not subscribed to positive, inspiring people that are teachers, you know, that you can learn from, then change the things that you're doing, change the people that you watch, right? The mediocrity is uninspiring. It sucks, right? It's average. And the thing is, so many people, you can get up and go to your 40-hour-a-week job and still complain and explain away why you don't have enough time to do what you want, to be what you want. And the reality is, if you've got a dream, sometimes all you got to do is you start fleshing out the dream. You start visualizing it here, and you start to write things down about it and start to take actions toward it and start to be inspired, because the more actions that you take towards your dream, the more likely you are to accomplish it, right? All you have to do is decide. That's all it takes is one single decision that you are going to move past where you are at now towards something that you want to do or that you want to be. And so think about that. If you want to, for example, for many moons, I said, man, I really want to get back to doing my podcast, but I just don't have the time, right? And the thing is, the reality is, I did have the time for forever. I do have the time. It's just a matter of making it important enough to utilize the time that I do have with the appropriate actions to start that. So if your deal is a podcast or live videos or YouTube, or you want to bake better or learn to dance, or, oh my gosh, I got to get to the gym, right? Those actions, those goals, all you have to do is make them important enough to start. Right? Start, period. S-T-A-R-T. You just have to take the action and go towards it. And the thing is, it doesn't matter. When I'm talking about mediocrity, I'm talking about more a state of mind. I'm not talking about somebody's, well-being or their bank account or how they carry themselves, or I'm not talking about somebody else's perception of you. I want to be really careful when I'm saying that. I'm not talking about somebody else's perception that they say, well, that person's just average. You know, they're average in skill set, or they're average in bank account or their average in looks. I don't care what somebody else's opinion is of you. I care about what your opinion is of you. It's all about what your opinion is. So if you're working towards something that is greater, that is inspiring for yourself, that's that dream. If you're working towards something, that is where I'm saying to get past the mediocrity for yourself, right here, between your two ears. And the thing is, when you think back, I love kids as examples. I have 3 beautiful kids. If you've tuned into my vlog and podcast, you're well aware of that. I have 3 awesome kids. And the thing is, they are all they're dreamers. They're inspired. I love kids because they get fired up. Nothing can stop them, right? They want to be a princess. Be a princess. Even if it's for the afternoon, right? Sometimes, here's the thing. Kids are great salespeople. I know I'm off on a tangent here, but it's awesome. Kids are great salespeople, right? I have a 5-year-old daughter. Sometimes if she wants me to be a princess, I'm a princess, right? The kids are able to accomplish so much. They're able to sell you on what you want to be, what they want you to be, right? So that they can have an amazing experience, even if it's for an afternoon. So that's the thing. I love kids as dreamers because they just they just do it until they accomplish what they want. Here's what I want to do. I want to be a pony, so I'm going to be a pony, right? I know that's silly, but it is. Watch kids at play, man. They're awesome. And then what happens as we get older, teenage years especially, teenage years right now, I can't imagine it going through teenage years with the social media and the outside influences and all of the just the crap that's out there on the internet right now that give our teenage kids a false sense of who they are, right? They lose themselves because of what somebody else is telling them that they are or that they should be. And the reality is the dream is still there. The fire is still there. They've got to find a way to stoke the flame, right? Lots of times, parents, you got to do it. But the thing is, as a parent, sometimes that's tough to stoke the flame if you just, quote unquote, you don't have enough time. So if that's something that's important to you, then, you got to go after it and do that. Help grow your kids. Help find somebody to mentor, find someone to teach, right? If you do that, that's one of the things that I think is awesome about mentoring and teaching. If you do that, then so often, not only does the other person grow, but it helps you grow as an individual. It reminds you of the things that you've forgotten, right? It makes it so, those things that had you fired up, the dreams that you did have, because if you're affecting someone else and their dreams and you're coaching them when it comes to mentoring, it's awesome because it reminds you of what yours are. So again, it's a simple message today. Mediocrity sucks. It's not awesome, right? Awesome is awesome. So I know that's, hey, it is what it is. Awesome is awesome. So be excellent, be awesome. Find, if you have a dream, if there's something you want to do, take steps towards it, because the person that it's most important to is you. No one else is going to take the reins or take the steps for you and say, oh, well, here, let me throw several $100,000. Let me throw $1 million at your feet so that you can already be there. And it doesn't work that way. It takes real work to chase after dreams, to be excellent. And being excellent, here's the thing too. Excellence, again, is in the eye of the beholder, but excellence it's not just an arrival. It's not just that pinnacle point. Excellence is a whole lot of little things coming together to create that excellence. So you have to master the smaller, mundane things that lead up to that. And I'm telling you, smaller, mundane, you go, well, why would you call them smaller, mundane things? Because sometimes that's what they are. Sometimes the things that get you to excellence are not fun. They're not awesome. They're not glamorous, right? Sometimes the things that get you to excellence they're raw. It's just a matter of still, you've got to do it. You got to make the decision and go after it. So as we're talking about it from the very beginning, and I said, hey, we're going to talk about mediocre. I'm not really talking about mediocre. I'm talking about dreaming and passion and excitement, and just remind yourself of it. Write the stuff down. That's one of the big things. Goals, write things down that you want to accomplish, that you want to do. If it's important to you, take the time to write it down. When you write it down, it commits it to memory. It makes it more important to you. You have a way to hold yourself accountable for goals. Because you wrote it. It's in your own hand. So anyway, that's my message for tonight. So be excellent. Be awesome, right? Grow yourself. Whatever your dream is, take an action towards it today. If it's 15 or 20 minutes, take an action towards it today. But the bottom line is you got to start. If you don't want to be mediocre, if you don't want to hold yourself in mediocre esteem, right? You have to start to be excellent. You got to go after it. So thank you all for joining me today for another episode of The Front. Again, my name is Mike Phillips. Check it out at leadtheteam.tv, and I will see you next Wednesday and Sunday. Talk to you soon.